Amazon has tightened its communication guidelines starting from December the 3rd. So can you still send feedback or review requests? And can you still use a third-party tool to ask for the review or the feedback? Let's find out. So my name is Marco, and before jumping into today's topic, I would like to remind you to subscribe to the channel so you will not miss any new episode where we talk about the Amazon world and some suggestions for Amazon sellers. So as we said before, Amazon has tightened the communication guideline. They released a new one. And they also added a new feature. The new feature is the request to review button. So let's start from this. What is this button? So basically now, after an order is completed and is delivered, if you go to Seller Central and to the order page, you're gonna see this new button called request to review. If you click this button during the window that is supposed to be before 30 days after delivery, you can actually ask for a review. If you click on the button, you're gonna see that Amazon is asking you first to confirm if you want to do it. And then it's gonna show you how the email will look. It's a very simple email where it's just asking the buyer to leave a review and a feedback for the seller. There is obviously an advantage of this because it's a quick system. If you have a few orders, you can just click this button and just ask for a quick review. Also, it's not going through the buyer-seller message center, it's going directly from Amazon. This is definitely a good thing. But at the same time, there are a few disadvantages of this new method. First of all, it's not automatic. So you need to click on each order manually to send this request. And of course, if you have a lot of orders, this means spending a lot of time clicking on this button. The second problem of this is that this email is not customizable. You cannot really customize it. It's the same for every order, no matter what the situation, no matter what the product, no matter who's the buyer. So it's a very simple and straightforward message. The third disadvantage of this button is that you cannot filter your buyers. The only way you can filter is by manually checking if, for example, this buyer have left previous negative feedback or reviews, so you don't want to send it to them, or if their order had some kind of delay or some kind of problem, again, you probably don't want to send it to them. So you cannot really automate this filtering. You have to do it by yourself. So our suggestion is to keep using a third-party software to ask for review or for feedback. And this takes us to the new communication guidelines. So did anything change? First of all, I would like to reassure everyone, these new communication guidelines are not changing the system. It's basically just a way to clarify from Amazon something that was already there, but it was probably not that clear. So they just wanted to rewrite it in a way where it's clearer for you sellers to know how to contact the buyers. They're basically just trying to enforce these guidelines a bit more severely. So you can still send review or feedback request with the tool asking to rate the experience. So basically you need to make sure that you're following their guidelines, and there are a few things that you cannot do. You couldn't do it before, but now it's even more important to make sure that you're not doing any of this. So let's go through some of these don'ts. The first one is you cannot send more than one email per order. So you can send one email asking for review and then don't send a follow-up right after that. Another thing that is prohibited is to ask for any positive feedback or review. So you cannot mention anything about a positive experience or the customer being happy, the buyer being satisfied with their order. The wording needs to be very neutral. Just ask how was their experience in general. Another thing that you cannot do is to write in the subject important or your attention is required, because these are only for messages that are critical to finalize the order, and asking for review is not critical for the order. So you cannot write any of this in the subject. The next one is you cannot ask buyers that maybe are unhappy or that they had a problem to contact you directly. This is also now forbidden by the guidelines. So don't say contact us, because no matter what, they know that they can contact Amazon or you through Amazon without you having to ask for it. Another thing you cannot do is to have unnecessary links that takes somewhere, even to your own Amazon page. You cannot have any unnecessary link. This also applies to your logo. You can have a logo in the email, but you cannot make it link to your page or to your website. The last one, also very important, you cannot have any promotional word. You cannot have anything that related to a promotion. So for example, no discount codes, no promotion. This is very important because they don't want buyers to be pushed to buy again from you. So with these guidelines, Amazon is basically trying to say that they want sellers to focus on customer service, especially using the buyer-seller message center. For example, if a buyer contacts you first to ask anything related to the order or to the product, of course, you can still reply to them, even with several emails, just to resolve the issues. And this is totally fine for Amazon. Actually, it's endorsed by Amazon because they want the messages to be customer service centric. So it is important to use a tool that is customer service centric and is putting more focus on the communication with buyers, both outgoing and outbound and inbound. So if you use a tool, for example, BQool's tool, BigCRM, you will be able to send and receive messages from buyers. So the fact that you can receive the messages will help you take care of your customer service first, have more information about the buyers because you will know if they had, for example, a problem with the order, if they already left previous feedback, negative feedback or positive feedback. So this will all help you filter your buyers and know who to send the request to. And at the same time, you will be able to send feedback and review requests with the personalized template. And also, BQool right now is offering for a limited time only a 50% discount on BigCRM for 3 months. But the promotion ends in December, by the end of December. So you can start a free trial first by clicking here. You start a free trial, you try the product, and then you can use the discount, the coupon code, to have a 50% discount. I hope this video has helped you to understand a bit more about the new communication guidelines from Amazon. Don't forget to like the video. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment in the comment section below.